Oshinoko is a 10-volume manga primarily known for 3 things: its absurd premise, its upcoming anime adaptation, and its first-place victory at the 2021 Next Manga Awards, a voting-based contest focused around the somewhat impossible task of guessing what new manga will become the next ultra-successful series. This contest has a pretty good track record of picking out manga early on in their publications that go on to be incredibly popular hits. Previous winners include the likes of Spy Family, Kaguya-sama Love is War, Kaiju Number 8, and that one show about going plus ultra, which was the first series to ever win the award. Because of its growing reputation, I decided to read Oshinoko to see if it could live up to and stand alongside its fellow winners. Well, I was in for a bit of a surprise when I cracked open that first chapter. Here are the basics. Our protagonist is a young doctor in a sleepy Japanese town. Specifically, he's an OBGYN. Don't know what that is? Ask your parents. Or talk to, like, any woman. They'll know. Our doctor main character is obsessed with this idol named Ai, who one day visits his hospital in order to secretly prep for having a baby. She's 16 and pregnant with twins, which is a big no-no for any idol because their fans often have this weird obsession with their favorite idols staying single and pure. Idols, the manga explains, are placed on this strange pedestal where they can't ever be known to publicly be dating someone and certainly not having sex.
I'm out.
Our doctor friend agrees to treat Ai in secret, and over the course of the pregnancy, he falls more and more in love with her until one day, one of her stalkers murders him. Oh. Immediately following his murder, the doctor is reincarnated as a baby being born nearby, and yeah, this manga really is going there.
I'm sorry, Mr. Krabs. Could you run that by me again?
Sure. I said I'm worried that...
If I die right now, there's a chance I'll be reborn as my idol's child?
That's what I thought you said. Now let me offer this as a rebuttal.
Yeah, the doctor is reincarnated as Aqua, one of Ai's newborn twins. It's like a somehow even more screwed up version of the story of Oedipus, but thankfully, this aspect of the story is mostly used as a jumping off point to kickstart a murder mystery. I can certainly understand this premise turning people away, but I'm glad I stuck with it, because what I've read so far has been shockingly captivating. This story's setup gives the author an excuse to explore the Japanese entertainment industry and the idol world through the lens of a character growing up in it. And Aqua's unique perspective and strange background is one of the manga's greatest strengths for reasons I'll get into a bit later. First, we need to talk a little bit about idols. For the most part, I don't know anything about Japanese idols or idol culture. I don't seek out idol anime or follow any idol groups. My knowledge begins and ends with the latest One Piece movie and Satoshi Kon's psychological thriller masterpiece, Perfect Blue. I was pleasantly surprised to discover Oshinoko has a lot more in common with Perfect Blue than you might expect when you first hear the premise and look at this art. This is a surprisingly serious manga with some really heavy subject matter. I've read around 40 chapters so far, and it has already covered multiple murders, an attempted suicide, and a pretty harrowing subplot about online harassment. Just like Perfect Blue, Oshinoko really plays up the less glamorous side of living as an idol. It starts to dig into what the life of an entertainer like this is like when the cameras are not rolling, and the immense pressure these young women are under to trick audiences into believing they are happy. Not just while on stage, but all of the time. The contradiction between a high-pressure industry and a job that demands constant positivity is fascinating, and it leads to fascinating characters. Also, if idols aren't really your jam, the story tends to jump around from industry to industry while continuing to explore what it takes to become a successful entertainer. Forcing your best foot forward and suffering for your art become universal truths upheld by almost every member of the story's rather large cast. You can see these ideas in the manga artist wrestling with a failing adaptation of her work, a child actor trying to reinvent her image, reality TV stars vying for screen time, and of course, an idol with a secret past trying to sell happiness on appearances alone. The manga opens with the line, "Most of this world is fiction." And also, in this world, lies are weapons. When taking both of these statements into consideration, the visuals in this manga develop a different, more sinister tinge, especially where Ai is concerned. The young idol is described early on as the liar to end all idols, and her most distinctive feature in the manga are her captivating eyes, stylistically depicted as two sharp, jagged stars. Ai is shown time and time again to have this almost supernatural, enchanting power over people, despite never being completely honest with those around her about her true personality. Her looks, performance, and eyes distract from the real her, and with all that in mind, there's something about the way her eyes are drawn that becomes anything but happy and light. And when he's reborn as her son, Aqua has them too. There's not much more I want to say about this manga before people have a chance to see its adaptation, but I do want to talk a bit more about Aqua as a protagonist, because I think he's the perfect main character for this story. This manga's greatest strength is its portrayal of a character who cannot be honest with anyone around him, and maybe even himself. There's a few reasons for this. First, Aqua keeps the fact that he remembers his old life a secret, and yeah, I probably would too because it's creepy and weird. Imagine meeting a baby with the intelligence of a practicing doctor. It's horrifying. Because of his unique situation, Aqua cannot tell anyone about his background or his goal to catch the person who leaked Ai's personal information and put her life at risk. Aqua begins a journey to find the person who did this, who is also culpable in his own murder. Every interaction he has, literally from birth, is calculated, and every relationship transactional. It's like if Light from Death Note had to try and make it in the entertainment industry. And, well, that's a perfect character to follow in a series that explores the darker aspects of show business, where, at least in this manga's telling, everyone is a little two-faced. Aqua must navigate an ever-expanding network of actors, directors, and producers as he jumps from one project to another on his personal quest for justice. While not everyone is a suspect, almost every person Aqua meets has hidden agendas for involving themselves in whatever project is the focus of an arc. Aqua is no exception, and he might even be the most dishonest character in the whole bunch. His actions can often be seen as manipulative, and his obsessive pursuit of the truth often leads to him making decisions that hurt those around him. I can't wait to see where Aqua's journey goes from here, and now I understand why this series has so much acclaim. It's a real page-turner, and what I've read so far has already touched on some really interesting subjects, like child acting, the aforementioned idol culture, and the mechanics behind reality TV. These individual arcs become just as compelling as the story's overarching mystery, and the little successes and failures of the extended cast are sometimes even more exciting than the next clue or reveal. I never thought I'd find myself so wrapped up in a manga revolving around idols, but when it's executed this well, I simply can't look away.